Hey, what's up everyone? JR here again at Holy Faith TV. I just wanted to come on today and tell you an interesting little story that happened over the weekend. And it's something small, and of course it may not mean a lot to everyone out there, but to me it meant a lot at the time. And I just wanted to reflect on it for a second. So over the weekend I had a bit of a pest control issue in my home. And it took me basically a day and a half to get rid of it. And unfortunately I had to have pest control come in and take care of the problem. I hope the problem is solved now. I'm hoping, but we'll see what happens. But what I wanted to share was, I was having an absolutely terrible day on Saturday. I uploaded a video earlier on Saturday I was really happy with. And, I don't like to sit there and say that these things are necessarily demonic or demonic attacks, but, I'm not going to totally count them out either. So it seems like as our quote ministry has been growing, it seems like just annoyances have popped up, and things that normally don't happen to me, to be quite honest. But it seems like it's increased in intensity, and little things that normally just wouldn't happen to me have all of a sudden happened. I mean, like I say, I hate to sit there and say that, oh, it's because we're doing Holy Faith TV, but it certainly seems peculiar, that's for sure. But what happened on Saturday, so I was having an absolutely terrible day, and like I said, I had this pest control issue in my home, had to take care of, and so I ended up having to stay in a hotel on Saturday evening. And let me just say, I was not a happy camper by Saturday evening. I came home after a long day out, and I had to deal with this issue, and then couldn't stay in my own home for the evening. So I was very irate. I don't want to say irate, but I was not in a great mood, let's just say that. But it's funny, so I have some of the friends that have added me over time that for whatever reason I didn't catch them, but just haven't bothered to go on and delete them. But we all have them, these African scammers that come on and try to fish off your account, or I think that's what they're doing, or the ones that supposedly run orphanages over in Africa. I mean, it seems like there's more orphanages than there are children over there if you go by the number that you supposedly meet on Facebook. But God can even work through these African scammers, through these orphanage scammers. And I was having an absolutely terrible day, and as I'm checking into hotel, I think I just about hit rock bottom with my frustration. I was so grumpy and so angry at that moment, and all of a sudden I hear a notification on my phone, and I pull it out, and it's a Facebook message, and it was another one of these African orphanage scam messengers. But it's interesting. Usually I don't even bother even opening them up. I just immediately delete them, and then sometimes go and delete that profile off there. But this time, for whatever reason, I clicked on it and I opened it up, and it was such a message of encouragement. And I forget exactly the contents of it, but pretty much it was telling me that God knows the troubles that we're going through, and He knows exactly what you needed today. And it talks so much about today, about God being with you today. And I just thought that it's too much of a coincidence for me to get that message at that exact time. So in a weird and roundabout way, I saw the hand of God working, even through Facebook Messenger, even through one of these orphanage scammers. And it was exactly the message I needed at exactly that moment. And I immediately thought to myself, I said, wow, that's the finger of God at work. And that's exactly what I needed to hear today. I prayed a few Hail Marys earlier in the day and prayed the rosary, and it didn't seem like it resolved the situation at all. And not that God will always resolve the situation immediately as you so desire, but I think I learned a valuable lesson on Saturday. I learned to have patience and to trust in God, and that maybe there was some reason why I was going through these difficulties. I'll be honest, I don't know the reason right at the moment, But in God's plan, it seems like nothing just happens just for the sake of happening. It seems like every little thing, whether you get a little bit sick or, regardless of what it is, God allows it, either commands it or he allows it to happen. And for those that are living in his grace, it's all happening for a reason. And it's all working to the good of your salvation. This is the God that knows even the number of hairs on your head. And he cares about us so deeply that he came down to earth, he gave his only son, and he was crucified, died, and was buried, and then resurrected again on the third day. So keep that in mind through all your little struggles and difficulties in life, that oftentimes we forget that God is with us every step of the way. We don't physically see somebody beside us, but he is there with you, and if you desire to do his will, he will guide you every step of the way, and he'll be there to help you when the difficulties, they seem too much to bear, and when he seems to be giving you more of a burden than what you can handle, he'll be there to relieve it for you. That's all for now.